Welcome back to the Igloo, where it's senior night for the Owls. We're set to begin the second period of play between Temple and Lehigh, all tied at 1 after an exciting first 5 minutes that featured both goals of our game. One from Ferdinand Burkhardt of Lehigh just under 2 minutes in. And Michael Irie responded just a couple of minutes later. The senior on his senior night ties this thing up. The Owls with similar lineup out there. Wasn't sure if we were going to see Joey Galitsky get any time on senior night, as that one's pushed out of play by Spire. He's made quite a few of those saves with his hands pushing it up into the netting. And each team will get some fresh legs on the ice. Again, it's Stephen Glick in net for the Owls. Ben Spire over there for the Mountain Hawks. Spire made 9 saves on 10 shots in the first period. He makes his first save of period number 2. Stephen Glick made 8 saves on the 9 shots he faced in the opening 20 minutes. It'll be Wojcik for Lehigh turning that one over. That was the story of the first period for the Mountain Hawks, unable to control the puck really for the final 15 minutes of that period. Temple had a lot of control. That one drifts in front into the slot, and Glick slides over to save the shot from Charlie Wojcik. Stephen Glick, fresh out of the intermission, looking spry as ever on his first save of the period. It'll be Charlie Long for Lehigh and C.J. Phillips for Temple on the draw. And it's Alex Maglio who came in to scoop that puck up and get it out of the danger zone for the Owls. Maglio takes a hit up against the boards from Ferdinand Burkhardt. That one's sent in front. Maglio trying to control, kicks it away with the right skate, and it's poked ahead by Mike Walker. Up to get it is Phillips. Phillips tries to spin. He loses the puck, and now it's Burkhardt the other way for Lehigh. It's tapped in by Mishkin, and the Owls, it'll be Stonefield recovering. And Stonefield sends that one the length of the ice, and Rudolph with a great effort to go get it. Sends it in front out of the reach of Buchetsky. Spire had to come all the way out of his net. For the second time today, he turns one over. Back the other way from the Mountain Hawks. That shot's blocked by Stonefield off the stick of Goldstein. Now it's Stonefield sending it all the way in, wrapping it around where Rudolph waiting for it. Lets it go between his legs. Taken by Buchetsky. Spins it back for Stonefield. Over 2 minutes gone by here in the second period. The Owls have controlled possession. That one sent in front. The shot is saved by Spire. A fantastic chance for Brandon Barrett in front. But Spire came across the blue paint to save it. Now getting tripped up on his way in is Rudolph. No call. Sending that one across the slot. Back out to Sauer. He'll send it through traffic. Knocked down by Spire. Up against the glass. Sauer will send it back to the corner. Now it'll be scooped up by Mock. Finally getting it out of harm's way for Lehigh. Sent behind the net where Goldstein's there for the Mountain Hawks before he's dislodged on the puck by Sauer. Moran will try and hit Owen on the outlet pass. Goes beyond his stick and all the way down. That'll be an icing against Temple. Thank you again for watching along on the TU Ice Network. I'm Luke Mealy, the voice for today's game, but we can't forget the rest of our crew. Olivia Benner, Chloe Gessing, Meg Doyle, and Sam Massib out here providing all the producing necessary to get this broadcast on the air. One of our final ones from the Igloo in 2023. On the far side, it's Brendan Karnas sending it all the way across. It drifts into the corner. And now Owen will push it ahead. Richmond will be the one to dump it in for Temple. And again, Spire, miscommunication out of his net. Oh, he had to knock it away. Spire has had a lot of trouble handling that puck behind his own net. Nearly a catastrophe for the Mountain Hawks there. Richmond trying to maneuver through the circle, sends it behind the net. And the Owls turn it over. That's Augustine pushing it ahead for Lehigh. Haven't seen a lot of Sam Augustine today for the Mountain Hawks, trying to make his presence known. Gets to the slot. His shot is blocked by Owen. Richmond up ahead for Stelazio. Drops it off in the slot to no one in particular, and now Lehigh will advance a long outlet pass right onto the stick of Long. His shot is swallowed up by Stephen Glick. Right into the breadbasket of Glick. That's his 10th save on 11 shots he's seen. It'll be Grant on the draw for Lehigh. Ringwood facing him for Temple. And the Mountain Hawks come up with it. It's Behar. They send it in front. It got across the blue paint. But out on the other side, unscathed, are the Owls. Sending that one through traffic, blocked out of the air by Guinea. It bounces up in the air in front of Glick. He bats it down with his glove. Lehigh showing a bit of that forecheck they showed in the opening minutes. Behar drops it off for Grant, and he absorbs a big hit from Reed. The Owls come the other way. Here's the aforementioned Reed. Gives it up to Pilarski. Pilarski sends one on net. It's deflected in front. The rebound off the stick of Irie. That's how he got his first goal tonight. Here's Irie in the slot. Sends it across. Tapping it in front. Not a lot of mustard on it. It's in the slot. And the Owls had no one there. And a collision at center ice, and Glick comes way out to get it. Not leaving anything up to the imagination. And now a bit of a scuffle in front. A few Owls and a few Mountain Hawks exchanging business cards to the right of Stephen Glick's net. Just under 5 minutes gone by here in period number 2, a scoreless period number 2. Just joining us, both goals came within the first 5 minutes of this game. It was Ferdinand Burkhardt getting the scoring started for Lehigh just 2 minutes in. But shortly after, it was Michael Irie for the Owls tying things up at 1. And that's where our score stands. A turnover in front in the slot. Backhand shot saved by Glick. Burkhardt was going for goal number 2, and Stephen Glick was having none of it. Phillips ahead. He'll push it towards the corner. Back behind the net, waiting for it is Musella for Lehigh, but it only gets to the blue line. That's where Stonefield will send it in front off the pad of Spire. Maglio now behind the net, battling for the puck for Temple. He'll come out on the other side near the slot. Now he'll send it up to the blue line. Creasy will send it on net. Goes a bit wide. It'll be Burkhardt, the southpaw, pushing it through the neutral zone, but losing the puck before regaining possession. He'll backhand it towards the slot, but it's taken away by Creasy. A long outlet pass out of the reach of Mike Walker. The Owls still putting some pressure on, trying to regain possession in the corner. It's Mulder now with it behind the net for Lehigh. Being badgered by Walker before backhanding it over to Musella, who pushes it ahead. Another turnover for the Mountain Hawks. That was the story of this first period. The Owls had a ton of chances. And now it's Rudolph on net. A tough angle shot. Deflects to the far corner. Pass all the way across. Sending one in front. No one home for Temple. Spire on all fours, but didn't have to make a save. His defense bailed him out there. And now it's Goldstein, the only Mountain Hawk against 4 Owls, back the other way. Wachetsky flips it across. Some good effort from Lehigh keeping this puck in. Sauer back to get it for Temple. Takes a couple of whacks on the midsection off the stick of Kai Berezniak. That one sent all the way across. The shot goes wide. Spire might have got a piece of it. That shot comes through some traffic, deflected in front. Wachetsky's shot is saved by Spire. Wachetsky spinning with it. Lofts it for Sauer, trying to get a handle. Sends it off the side of the cage. Waiting for it is Rudolph. Scrum in the corner, a couple of Mountain Hawks, a couple of Owls. And it harmlessly slides back out to where Goldstein's waiting for it. He'll push it down where Gane will recover for the Owls. Matt Gannett, one of 9 Owls honored today on senior night. The second to last game here at the Igloo this season before postseason play opens up on March 3rd. There's the pass all the way across, the backhander saved by Spire. Again, he's on all fours, and again, the Owls can't put a shot on him. Unorthodox, but it got the job done. Shots right to the top from Brandon Barrett. Temple takes a 2-1 lead. When Spire goes low, Barrett goes high. And on the 21st shot for the Owls, they take a 2-1 lead. The 7th goal of the season for Barrett. And for the first time today, the Owls are out ahead 2-1. Relentless pressure from Temple and capped off by the shot by Brandon Barrett. Again, Spire's had some trouble when he's come out of his net. Now lately in his little blue crease, he's gone all the way down to his stomach to try and make a couple of saves. The Owls said, why not go high with that shot? Richmond sends one in front. No Owl home, taken by Reed. Letting that one deflected off the pad of Spire. Relentless pressure from the Owls here halfway through the second period. Some nice stick work there from Augustine to work the Mountain Hawks out of trouble. That one drifts behind the net for Reed. Gannett slowly pushes it ahead, and now it's Richmond for Temple. They'll get it out of harm's way and push it across the neutral zone. The Owls barely avoid offside. Good job by Owen to stay onside. They center it in front for Ringwood. His shot deflected up into the netting and out of play. Brandon Barrett and Michael Irie, the 2 goal scorers for the Owls here in this one. And for Lehigh again, it's Ferdinand Burkhart. The Owls just 2 points out of the 4th seed in the ACHA standings, sitting just behind Westchester. Remember, the 3rd and 4th seed in the postseason will host a round 1 playoff game. Right now, the Owls slated to travel out to Westchester on March 3rd, but a couple more games and a couple more regulation wins, and they could flip that script and host one right here at the Igloo. It's Ringwood nearly turning it over in front. It gets to the high slot. It bounces in front. Out on his side was Behar. He was unable to pay off that centering pass. And now each team slowly moves to the puck. Stonefield pushes it ahead for Temple before Grant pushes him off the puck. Irie with it now for Temple. Irie will swing it all the way around. Looking for an outlet. Finds Stonefield who rips one. Deflected. Save. Oh, good. A wide open net for Ringwood. He hit the side of the cage. And it remains a 1-goal lead for Temple. A prime opportunity with Spire out of the net. Now a 3-on-2 for the Mountain Hawks, trying to respond as that one drifts to the left of Glick. No pressure on Pilarski. He pushes it ahead for Walker. 2-on-1 for the Owls. Michael Walker shoots off the outside of the post. Maglio and Walker, a miscommunication. They bump into each other and turn the puck over. Grant trying to handle for Lehigh, unable to reach the puck. Boy, Temple putting quite a bit of pressure on the Mountain Hawks here over the past 4 or 5 minutes. Sauer ahead to Maglio. Maglio tries to get it ahead. It's stolen away by Wojcik, maneuvering through Temple defenders. Wojcik tripped up on his way there. No call, lost his footing. And now Temple back the other way. Maglio gets ahead of everybody. He's unable to get a strong shot on net. He was taken down in front. The refs letting him play today. Only 1 penalty between the 2 teams so far. It was a Lehigh power play that was killed off by Temple. And maybe right on cue, they say the refs are letting them play. We get a whistle. And now halfway through the second, we get the change we expected to see. The Owls with 2 senior goalies. Joey Galitsky getting into net with 8:39 to go in period number 2. relieving Stephen Glick, who did a wonderful job, saved 12 of the 13 shots he saw, and he leaves with the Owls ahead 2-1. For Galitsky, it's his 10th game of the season, played nearly 500 minutes so far. A .906 save percentage for Galitsky. Again, the second senior goaltender for the Owls, and I think head coach Adam Calabrese handled this the perfect way. Each goaltender getting about half of the game, whatever they could get with the stoppage halfway through this second period. So the penalty to go against Mike Walker. So the Owls called for their second penalty of the night. Lehigh trying to take advantage. They were unable to score on the first one. Here's Grant centering one in front, deflecting. Galitsky just into the game, able to get all the way across to make the save. That one sent off the right pad. Galitsky got his right hand out there. Behind the net, Grant surveying his options. Grant sends one in front, right at the feet of Galitsky. He's able to make another save. Spinning shot goes wide. Long avoiding a hit for Lehigh, picked up by Grant. His pass is shot and saved by Galitsky. Talk about walking into a tough situation. Galitsky comes right in on the penalty kill, and he quickly saves 2 shots. Halfway through the Lehigh power play, the penalty against Mike Walker. It's Grant for the Mountain Hawks. Dislodged with the puck by Stonefield. A nice defensive job by Ian. And now Maglio relentlessly pushing. Another hit from Stonefield. Getting it back out is Grease, and his pass went beyond the stick of Ethan Behar. A big mistake for the Mountain Hawks. They've got under 40 seconds remaining on the power play. Wojcik moving it across the blue line. Under 30 seconds to go for Lehigh on the power play. Wojcik, backhander on the net from a tough angle. Joey Galitsky had it sealed off. Cross ice for Carnish. He'll send one up high and wide. Mishkin back for Carnish. He'll let one rip again. It's blocked in front. 10 seconds to go on the Lehigh power play. Carnish loses the puck. Mishkin will left it in. And we're back to even strength hockey as Phillips lays a big hit on the near boards. The Owls kill off the second Lehigh power play of the day. Again, Temple yet to get on the power play in this game. Under 7 minutes to go here in period number 2. The Owls have the lone goal of this period. Came courtesy of Brandon Barrett. And that's what separates us in this game. Lehigh able to take it away in the Owls' defensive zone, but some pressure, and it's stolen away by Irie for the Owls. Up ahead to Ringwood, the lefty on the right side, drops it off for Irie. He shoots and sends it wide. Might have been blocked in front. Another opportunity for Michael Irie, who's already got a goal in this game. Spire pushes it away. Up ahead, it was Goldstein who had the advantage, was unable to cleanly handle the puck, and the Owls able to knock him off of it. Kolarski for Irie. Michael Irie zooming down the slot. Backhand pass in front for Ringwood. Got knocked to the boards. Mock advancing the puck, stolen away by Temple. It's Rudolph. Rudolph lets a wrister rip, and he sends it up on the glass. A missed chance there for Temple. The Owls 2 goals on 21 shots. Lehigh 1 goal on 15 shots. It's been Ben Spire the length of the game in net for the Mountain Hawks. Again, the Owls splitting time in net on senior day. Stephen Glick got the first half of the game. Joey Galitsky entered a few minutes ago. He'll take the back half. It's Berezniak. Into the corner for Lehigh. Gannett does a nice job stealing the puck. Gets it ahead to Bachetsky with a lot of speed for the Owls. Bachetsky to the corner, spinning off the puck before it's knocked away from him. Barrett gives a nice effort, but Lehigh able to turn the Owls over. It's Augustine into the slot. His shot right into the chest of Joey Galitsky, who covers up. Around 4.5 minutes to go here in period number 2. Thank you so much to everyone joining in to watch along on the TU Ice Network. I'm Luke Lehigh, and the Owls again trying to get the win here on Senior Day. Also trying to break a 5-game losing streak here at the Igloo. Temple 2-7 here in Mount Laurel this season. It's James Owen advancing the puck before it's batted back in by McClellan from Lehigh. Good job by Sauer and the Owls to get that one beyond the blue line and force Lehigh to reset. That one sent back behind Galitsky. Sauer converged on by 2 Mountain Hawks, but gets the puck away. Right into the Lehigh bench. Richmond goes over to apologize. Certainly no intention to send a puck over there. Got up on Mason Goldstein, number 26 of the Mountain Hawks, sitting on the right side of the bench. The one that took the hit. Just over 4 minutes to go. Grant off the faceoff, sent it in front. Oh, the shot is saved by Galitsky. It might have hit the side of the cage. Nonetheless, it stays out. Richmond across center ice, moved off the puck. Nice play by Grease for the Mountain Hawks. Lehigh's leading scorer has been held off the board. Grease with the puck now. Sent one in front, saved by Galitsky. McClellan spinning with it, banks it behind the net. Salasio the first one there for the Owls. And he'll lose the puck trying to advance it. Carnish into the slot, loses the puck himself. But it stays inside the blue line. Wojcik turns, Wojcik knocked away. Nice play by Moran. Moran pushing ahead for the Owls. Tries to drop it off for Phillips, who gets into a battle into the corner, a whistle on the play. We'll see what comes of this. Again, the Owls have not been on the power play so far today. Lehigh has had the man advantage twice as we approach 3 minutes to go here in period number 2. And it looks like it's going to be Brandon Carnish sent to the box for the Mountain Hawks. The first penalty against Lehigh this evening. A prime opportunity for Temple to build on what's already a 1-goal lead. Looks like it's going to be 4-on-4 as C.J. Phillips also enters the box. It was Carnish and Phillips battling in the corner. A quick whistle earns them both 2 minutes. Some 4-on-4 hockey for the next couple of minutes. A lot of open ice for 2 teams that have already created a ton of opportunities. Each team has turned the puck over quite a bit. Certainly going to have to be more careful. And there's a turnover by Creasy, taken away. In front, that shot blocked harmlessly by Stonefield in front. The Owls trying to move with numbers the other way. It's Maglio, and his puck got knocked away by the referee's skate. It's a 2-on-1 the other way for Lehigh. The shot off the post of Galitsky. It hit the back of his left skate and travels into the corner. It hit the inside of the post, then hit Galitsky 9 times out of 10. That'll bounce into the net. But fortunately for the Owls, Galitsky's skate sent it the other way. 17 shots for the Mountain Hawks. 16 have been saved by Temple goaltenders. 55 seconds left on the 4-on-4. That shot at a tough angle goes high and wide. It's softly kept in. Guinea now has it. And he'll be left alone by the Mountain Hawks. 40 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. Penalties against Phillips for Temple and Carnish for Lehigh. Ringwood tries to skate through a quartet of Mountain Hawks. He turns it over for the time being. But now it's Guinea slowing things down. Ringwood drops it off for Reed. The lefty on the left side has his shot turned away by Spire. Centering pass lofted all the way up. Back to the Owls' defensive end. Galitsky comes way out of his net to try and give the Owls another push. 10 seconds left to 4-on-4 hockey. 2-on-2 the other way for Lehigh. In front, nice job by Bladen Reed. Able to knock it away. Reed, another one of those 9 seniors on the ice for Temple. And we're back to 5-on-5 even strength. Phillips out of the box, gets it ahead. Centering pass in front. It was Reed trying to advance it, and back the other way comes Grant. Reed back defensively, able to get a stick on it for the time being. Now it's Behar. Behar spinning. Lining, firing through traffic. Galitsky gives up no rebound. And Lehigh will get a face-off with under 40 seconds to go in this second period. The only goal scored in this period was for Temple. It was by Brandon Barrett. His 7th goal of the season is the difference in this game. Nolan Sauer now gets it ahead. If you're just joining us, each team had a goal within the first 5 minutes of the opening period. Looked to be setting the stage for a potentially high-scoring game, but we've seen just the opposite. Only 3 total goals despite a ton of opportunities. 39 combined shots between the teams. Now a battle in the corner. 4 players over there. 2 for Temple, 2 for Lehigh. Temple comes away with it. It's Sauer from the blue line, lofting that one off the glass. His intended pass was deflected by Grease. Under 10 seconds to go here in the period. The Mountain Hawks will send it ahead. 1 second on the clock. A backhand shot saved by Galitsky as time expires. A high-paced second period leaves Temple ahead 2-1. We'll head to the final period of play on senior night at the Igloo. It's the Owls 2, Lehigh 1. You're watching on the TU Ice Network. Hello and welcome back to the Igloo for the third period of play between the Temple Owls and the Lehigh Mountain Hawks. The Owls out ahead 2-1 on senior night. 9 Owls honored pregame, trying to finish off senior night with a win. They're 20 minutes away from finishing the job. Thank you so much for watching along on the TU Ice Network. I'm Luke Lehigh. The Owls have an early opportunity. Rob Polarski had a good chance at it. And the Owls ahead 2-1. The goals came courtesy of Michael Irie and Brandon Barrett. For Lehigh, it was Ferdinand Burkhardt. It's Joey Galitsky in the goal for Temple. It was Stephen Glick who played the first half of the game, and Galitsky came in for him. For senior night reasons, the Owls, 2 goaltenders, both seniors, both getting to split the game here tonight, trying to combine for a big win. A win that could move the Owls up in the standings, sitting in 5th place, currently 2 points behind Westchester in 4th. Remember, the top 4 seeds will host a postseason game when the playoffs begin on March 3rd. Temple with 2 games remaining, including this one and the Towson game at the end of the month. Westchester just 1 game remaining. So Temple controls its own destiny to try and earn that home postseason game. Just over a minute gone by here in the third period. Neither team with a prime opportunity quite yet. Trying to get accustomed to the slick ice. It's Berezniak, one of the 2 brothers, sends it ahead. That's Ray. And his pass gets all the way through. It's Wojcik in for the Mountain Hawks. Lehigh came out aggressive in the first 10 or so minutes, but their forecheck has really lightened up. Here's Musella weaving back with it as Lehigh will try and set things up. Pachetsky gets a stick on that pass, but it stays in the possession of Lehigh. Burkhardt, the only goal today for the Mountain Hawks. Tries to send one in front, knocked away by Irie. Pardon me, that's Barrett spinning with it and losing the puck. It's taken by Goldstein. Flips one in on net on Galitsky, able to get a pad on it. Pushes it away. A quick moving third period, and the Mountain Hawks stop the clock with the game-tying goal. Each team scored in the opening period. The Owls got the only goal the second. And now Lehigh ties it up here in the third, just 2.5 minutes in. It's Ryan Mock putting it in. Mock puts it in, just his 3rd goal of the season, but it couldn't have come at a bigger time. And it ties the game up at 2. Both Joey Galitsky and Stephen Glick have seen one go past them tonight. But if the script can hold same for Galitsky and he only allows one, it's a good sign for the Owls. That one drifts right over the head of Spire in net for the Mountain Hawks. Off the stick of Guinea. Here's Bladen Reed. He's been all around the puck today. Maglio trying to avoid a hit from Carnish. Drops it off for Phillips. It's Reed. Keeps it into Phillips. Phillips sends it on net. There's some traffic saved by Spire. Maglio puts it to the corner. The Owls doing a wonderful job putting some pressure on the Mountain Hawks. They can't get it out. It's kept in by Mike Walker into the slot. Walker drops it off for Maglio. He lost the puck. Back the other way comes Mock. Just scored the game-tying goal. Now it's Goldstein. He'll lose the puck. And it's knocked away. Mock tries to center it in front. It's at an awkward angle in front of Galitsky. It'll drift out of harm's way. The Owls will push it the other way. It's C.J. Phillips, the first to the puck. Phillips looking for a centering pass. He's taken down, no call. Back the other way comes Augustine, who just sends it away to allow the Mountain Hawks to get some fresh legs on the ice. Just over 4 minutes gone by here in the third period. Irie centers one in front. Polarski couldn't get a clean look at it. Now will play out at neutral ice. Moran tries to get it to Irie from Temple. Bunch of bodies hit the glass right in front of us, and now Temple misses on a pass. Lehigh will slow things down. It's Jake Mishkin. Mishkin gets it ahead. But good defense back there by Jacob Creasy to knock the Mountain Hawks off the puck. Couple of transition opportunities for either team, but no one able to set things up aside from one extended Owls possession. Everything gets a bit tighter in a tie game. Nobody wants to make that mistake and allow the go-ahead goal in the final period. Moving in, the Owls are onside. Moving in is Owen. His shot is wide. Creasy behind the net. It's Ringwood centering one in front, knocked away by the alert stick of Justin Musella for Lehigh. The Mountain Hawks get it all the way down, unable to control. It's lifted out to center ice. That was Owen who got it there for Temple. Now Creasy back to retrieve for the Owls. Here comes that forecheck from Lehigh. Can the Owls get away from the pressure? It's Salacio. Mishandles. Goes off his stick again. And the Owls trying to recover into the corner. A centering pass. Doesn't get all the way there. It goes behind the net. It'll wrap all the way around, and Lehigh will try and move the other way. The Owls working in front of the Lehigh net. Spire was able to make one save as we're just beyond 6 minutes gone by here in the third period. All tied up at 2. Courtesy of the game-tying goal from Ryan Mock. We're working on fixing up the scoreboard, but it is 2-2, and it is just over 13 minutes remaining here in period number 3. Here's Buchetsky beyond the blue line. Ryan Buchetsky moving in. Lost the puck at the last second, and Spire pokes it away. Here's Barrett ripping one. That's blocked. It was Charlie Long for Lehigh getting in front of it. Barrett, one of the goal scorers today for Temple. He put the Owls on top earlier, tried to do it again. Back behind the net, the Owls trying to slow things down. Pushing it ahead is Buchetsky. Up for Walker across the blue line. And Buchetsky tries to get it back to Moran. Instead, it goes beyond his stick. And the Owls have to head all the way back to reconverge on the puck. Here come the Owls the other way. Phillips tries to send it in front, knocked away by the alert stick of Mock, who scored the game-tying goal offensively, trying to make an impact defensively. Phillips will rip one off the glove of Spire. It came out, but he was able to hop on top of it and cover up. Spire doesn't want to let out any more rebounds. That's how the Owls scored their opening goal tonight. Michael Irie was waiting on the back door as a shot came off the pad of Spire. He made the initial save, but Irie was right there waiting to ram it home. 2-2 hockey game, under 11:50 to go here in the third period. Every point matters for the Owls these days, trying to get a regulation win. They've got 6 in league play this season. A big battle near the blue line. It was Stonefield and Ray Berezniak, and now we've got a whistle on the play. It'll be sent out towards neutral ice as nothing comes of that scrum. At this point in the game, you'd have to expect the referees will let the guys decide this game. They don't want to call any big penalties and give anyone a big advantage down the stretch unless it's very clear and obvious. "23 shots for Temple, 21 for the Mountain Hawks. It's all led to a 2-2 game. Here comes Walker. Walker centers one in front. Just missed the stick of Alex Maglio. Back the other way with speed comes Augustine. Augustine to the backhand. The shot is wide. Musella sends that one harmlessly off the pad of Galitsky. That one goes over the stick of Mulder, and Walker's the first to it. Walker for Temple, pushed off the puck. Trying to jam it in front was Phillips. Didn't get a clean look at it. Spire was right up against that post. Igma lead against some Temple pressure. Gets it ahead to Behar. And that one is cleared right off the face of Bleed into his own bench. And the referee shouts center. That's where we're going to take this puck. With under 10 and a half to go here in the third period. Senior night at the Igloo, a 2-2 hockey game between the Owls and the Mountain Hawks. If you're just joining us, each team scored in the first period. It was Michael Irie for the Owls and Ferdinand Burkhardt for the Mountain Hawks. In the second period, Brandon Barrett scored the only goal. That was for Temple to put the Owls ahead. And then here early in the third, it was Ryan Mock evening the score for the Mountain Hawks to make it 2-2. That's where we stand now. Out to Grant. Grant rips one wide of the net. Even strength hockey. The Mountain Hawks trying to control as that pass was flipped on net by Malid, knocked into the glass behind Galitsky. It'll be scooped out of danger by Michael Irie. And that's where the Owls recovered under 10 minutes to go in this third period. Cross ice for Grant. Grant rips one on Galitsky, able to get a save. Rebound bounces out right to Michael Irie. Irie pushing the other way for the Owls. To the far side, it's Ringwood. Back on net, it went just wide. Behar ahead for Wojcik. Wojcik knocked off the puck initially by Moran. Able to recover. Shot in the slot. Rebound shot is whiffed on by Ray Berezniak. A prime opportunity there for Berezniak with Galitsky on the far side of the goal. That one sits in front. Batted away. Looked like it was Stelasio that might have gone up to get it. The Mountain Hawks really controlling the puck. That shot is blocked from Mishkin. And now the Owls move the other way. They have an odd man rush if they hurry. And Stelasio couldn't handle it, unhappy with himself as he turns with it. Gets it back. Creasy flips it towards the net. First one there is going to be Berezniak for Lehigh to get it away. That one sent on net to Spire. No incoming Owl, so Mishkin will control. Drifts towards the slot, another Lehigh turnover. They're able to get it away from the Owls' pressure. James Owen slams his stick. Temple trying to move things ahead here in the final period. It's been a lot of control for Lehigh in the last few minutes. A turning shot is sent into the net. And the lefty, Julian Rudolph, will earn the Owls an offensive zone draw. Ben Spires really settled in for the Mountain Hawks. In his 10th game of the season, he's made 23 saves on 25 Temple shots. Meanwhile, the Owls, their combination of Stephen Glick and Joey Galinsky have made 22 saves as that Brendan Barrett shot went right over the head of Spire. Big hit into the boards. That one courtesy of Creasy for the Temple Owls. Musella trying to get out of harm's way. Rudolph has to go under his stick, and all of a sudden moving the other way is Long. Charlie Long lost the puck for Lehigh. Buchetsky ahead to Rudolph. A miscommunication between Rudolph and Barrett. It's Barrett who comes up with it, stops on a dime. Barrett gets it off for Buchetsky. Buchetsky weaving through traffic, tries to send it in front. It's taken away by Musella. His outstretched pass goes out of the reach of Goldstein. So Creasy's the first to get there for Temple. Approaching 7 minutes to go in the third period. The only goal of the period was for the Mountain Hawks. That was Ryan Mock. He tied the game at 2. That pass is knocked down initially, and now it'll be handled by McClellan for Lehigh. Ahead it goes for Maglio. Maglio moving into the slot. He lost the puck. Turning around with it. Moving ahead is Malid. Malid shoots, and Gane able to get a foot on it and block it away. With only 6 minutes to go, remember the Owls winning this in regulation is much more important when it comes to any tiebreakers. They're one regulation win behind William Patterson and Villanova. Temple, four total points behind those two teams, but if they're able to put some wins together in the final 2 games, and either of those teams collapse down the stretch, Temple, in theory, could hop as high as the 2nd seed in the standings. Again, a lot would have to go right. It's Navy in first with 40 points. William Patterson and Villanova tied in 2nd and 3rd at 22. Westchester in 4th with 20 points. Temple in 5th with 18, and George Mason with 17. Now, Temple can't fall beyond 5th. George Mason has no more games left this season. So, at worst, the Owls are in 5th. If they win the final 2 in regulation, they will overtake Westchester for the 4th seed and guarantee themselves a home playoff game here at the Igloo on March 3rd. But still a lot left to play for. Still the final 5:52 in this game, and another game against Towson. That's coming on February 26th, and we've got a penalty. It's the wrong time to get sent to the box with only 5:52 left. It'll be Rob Pilarski escorted to the penalty box. The 3rd time the Mountain Hawks will go on the power play in this game. They're 0 for 2 with the man advantage so far tonight. Temple has done a nice job on the penalty kill. There was a brief session of 4-on-4 hockey, but otherwise Temple has not had a man advantage. The only time Lehigh's been in the box, Temple was in there as well. That shot from the blue line saved by Galitsky. So 1:50 to go on the power play for Lehigh. His 3rd time the charm for the Mountain Hawks. Maglio a big whack at it. It only gets as far as Carnish at the blue line. Cross ice for Behar. Back to Carnish. His shot is saved by Galitsky up into the netting. 1:34 to go on the Pilarski penalty. 5:25 to go in regulation. 2-2 hockey game. The Owls coming down the stretch of the season on their senior night. It's the final game of the season for Lehigh. They don't have much to play for. They're out of the playoff race. But giving the Owls everything they've got here tonight. Centering pass in front, knocked away by Galitsky. Out to the point, it's Behar. Drifting in. Behar sends one across. It's blocked in front. A miscommunication sent that one wide. 1:10 to go on the Pilarski penalty, and that shot is saved by Galitsky. Carnish sent one straight through the slot. Joey Galitsky saw it all the way. 1:08 to go on the power play for the Mountain Hawks. Under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd period. It's Charlie Wojcik against Michael Irie on the faceoff. Wojcik wins it for Lehigh. Sending that one through traffic. Saved by Galitsky. Rebound, bounces, and Galitsky got it. He hasn't given up many rebounds today. That one didn't travel too far from him. And he's able to make the save under a minute now on the Robert Pilarski penalty. Again, Temple's killed off both prior penalties they had earlier in this game. That shot lifts high over Galitsky's head. Mock with the puck for Lehigh. Backhands it in. Looking for that pass across. It's sent wide on the shot. It was DiRaphael with the rip. That pass goes across the slot. Just out of the reach of Burkhardt, who's got one of the two Lehigh goals tonight. 22 seconds to go on the Pilarski penalty. And a big clear. It was Jacob Creasy sending it all the way down. And with just 12 seconds left on the man advantage, it's nearly iced by Lehigh. It was deflected on the way there. I'm not sure Reed noticed. 5 seconds on the penalty kill, and that one's flipped the length of the ice by Matt Guinea. Back to even strength hockey, under 3:50 to go here in the Igloo. As good of a game as you could ask for here on senior night. Trying to cap it off the right way for the 9 Temple seniors that were honored pregame. Here's Grant with it for Lehigh. Grant in front, the save by Galitsky. Rebound bounces behind the net. Under 3.5 to go in the third period. Back up for Long. Long can't get it on net. Blocked away by Irie. It bounces into the slot. The shot. It sits in the slot, and no one put it home. Oh, Galitsky went to the backside. A prime opportunity for the Mountain Hawks. But the Owls do just enough to keep this game tied. Nearly a turnover in front of the net. Big collision. Ringwood went down, and it's a penalty against Lehigh. Oh, a massive chance for the Owls. A turnover in front for the Mountain Hawks. Ringwood was on the doorstep. He was hit up high, and for the first time today, Temple will go on the power play. 2:56 left in regulation. The Owls will be on the power play for 2 minutes of it. It's Brendan Carnish heading to the box for Lehigh. A big face-off. Ryan Buchetsky against Kai Berezniak. Buchetsky wins it for Temple. Creasy. Playing catch with Stonefield up top. Barrett lets one rip. Saved by Spire. Back up to Stonefield. To Creasy, it nearly went beyond the blue line. The Lehigh bench certainly thought so. Barrett, a cross-ice pass for Rudolph. A tough one for him to handle. It's sent along the boards, but Creasy's waiting for it. Creasy, Buchetsky, up to the high slot at Stonefield. Winds and fires. Save rebound. And they nearly put it home. Oh, it was Rudolph right on the doorstep, but the puck was behind the net. That one bounces away. Creasy there to get it. Working against a loose stick. And now behind the net. Masula will send it out. A minute has gone by in the power play. Rudolph went a bit too far. And another penalty is called. 58 seconds on the initial power play remain for Temple. And now with 1:55 in regulation, another penalty is called on the Mountain Hawks. Temple will have 5-on-3 for the next 58 seconds. In the guts of the game, it's Ray Berezniak sent to the box for Lehigh. The best chance the Owls have had all night. And it looks like they're going to take this time to draw something up. The Owls call their only timeout. A wild finish to this game. If you're just joining us, you've missed a ton. In the first period, 2 goals were scored in the first 5 minutes, 1 for each side. It was Ferdinand Burkhardt who got the scoring started for Lehigh under 2 minutes in. Then it was Michael Ivory who responded just a couple of minutes later. That left the first period tied at 1. In the second period, Brandon Barrett put one home for Temple, put the Owls ahead 2-1. And here in the third, it was Ryan Mock for Lehigh, tying things up just a couple of minutes into the third period. Since then, not a lot of activity, but 2 penalties against the Mountain Hawks leaves the Owls with a big chance. Again, 1:55 to go in regulation. 58 seconds for Temple is a 5-on-3 power play. And a full 2 minutes on the other Lehigh penalty. So even if they kill off those 58 seconds, Temple will have another minute and 2 seconds of power play time, that time at 5-on-4. The 5 out there for the Owls is Sauer. G'day, shot saved by Spire. And a big scuffle behind the net. 6 seconds to go on the Temple 5-on-3. In 6 seconds, they'll still have a 5-on-4. Now, after the pushing and shoving, the referees get everyone separated. Two to 2 game, 1 minute and 3 seconds to go. Again, the Owls with the 5-on-3 power play. They've got 6 more seconds of it, and then 1 minute and 8 seconds of another power play. Only 1:03 left in regulation, so if Lehigh is going to survive this, they've got to send this game to overtime. 4 Mountain Hawks on the ice. There's still 6 more seconds of 5-on-3 time. As the referees try and get everything sorted out. Which Owl will have the heroic moment here on senior night? 9 seniors honored, including the one currently in net, Joey Galitsky. Only 1 puck's gotten by him. The other got by Stephen Glick, the other senior goaltender. Both have been very solid tonight. Glick played the first half of this game and was relieved by Galitsky, trying to give both guys about half the game here for their senior nights. But all the action happening on the other side, the Owls' offensive zone, where they try and break a 2-2 tie. An extended discussion amongst the referees right now. Oh, and from here, it looks like the Owls might have a man in the penalty box. They've got 5 guys on the ice. Michael Ivory not on the ice because he is in the box, but right now it's 5-on-4, or 5-on-3, pardon me. The 5 for the Owls, Stelasio, Ringwood, Buchetsky, Sauer, and Ganay. They're going to send this puck back out to the neutral zone. Hunter Ringwood asking for an explanation. Not sure what he got. The Owls in disbelief, but this will ultimately kill off the 5-on-3. Only 6 seconds left. The Owls win the draw. And coming out of the box is Carnage. It's 5-on-4 hockey. Centering one in front. Stelasio had a chance and it bounced over his stick. "50 seconds to go on the Owls power play. 45 to go in regulation. 5-on-4 for Temple. You could hear a pin drop in the igloo right now. It's Sauer. Looking under 30 seconds in regulation. 30 seconds exactly on the power play. Pilarski lets it go around for Ringwood. Back to Ganay. And it bounces over his stick out to neutral ice. That could be one of the last opportunities the Owls have in regulation. One last push. It's Stonefield. For Stelasio, his shot is blocked. 7 seconds in regulation. Sauer with it. He'll rip one. Deflected. Save made. The wraparound off the stick of Ringwood. And that'll do it for the third period. Oh, the Owls had a ton of opportunities on Spire, but unable to cap any off. And this game is going to overtime here at the Igloo on senior night. One of the most exciting games of the season. It's not ready to finish just yet. 5 minutes put up on that clock as these teams try and settle things down. What a finish. What a job by Ben Spire in net for Lehigh. And the Owls, just a couple of pucks bounced the wrong way. For Temple, we talk about those regulation wins being so important, not only for the extra third point, which the Owls now, if they win, they'll get 2. They can tie up Westchester. But also the first tiebreaker in the ACHA standings is regulation wins. Temple is 1 behind Villanova and William Patterson, currently 1 ahead of Westchester. And they're just going to try and pay it off here in overtime, at least snag a couple of points on this end. The Owls back on the ice. Lehigh taking all the time they can. Their penalty killers did a fantastic job of surviving the final 2 minutes. The Owls had a whole minute of 5-on-3 hockey. And it's announced it'll be 3-on-3 here in overtime. But since the Owls are on the power play, you can't go 3-on-2. So it'll be 4-on-3 for the 5 seconds. Then they'll play to the next whistle, and then it will go 3-on-3. Overtime at the Igloo. The last overtime game here at the Igloo went to a shootout. That was against Villanova last season. And the Ice Cats were able to snatch that one in a shootout. A big win over Temple. The Owls got the best of the Ice Cats this season and do hold the goal differential advantage against Villanova if they are able to tie up. Overtime has begun. It's 4-on-4 hockey, but the next whistle will make it 3-on-3. The Owls opened up with a 5-second power play. It'll be Burkhart wheeling around for the Mountain Hawks. That one's iced all the way down. This should lead us into 3-on-3. 4:34 to go here in overtime. The referee signaling to the bench, 3-on-3. So it'll be Bladen Reed exiting the ice for the Owls. The 3 for Temple. TJ Phillips, Alex Maglio, and Nolan Sauer. It's Behar, Grant, and Carnish for Lehigh. A whole lot of ice in 3-on-3 hockey. These teams have turned it over quite a bit tonight. A turnover could be the backbreaker for either side. Got to control the puck. Phillips a bit out of position, trying to get back into the play. It's Carnish winding, firing one through traffic. Not sure if it got all the way to Galitsky. Nonetheless, it stayed out. Rudolph coming up to get it. Pushes it back for Sauer. Now the Owls have possession. You'll see overtime possessions take a lot longer. No team wants to relinquish the precious puck in 3-on-3 play. They're willing to do things like that. Wheel all the way back. Stonefield up the far side. He's knocked off the puck. A big collision. No arms up from the referee. Stonefield back to his feet. It's Rudolph battling in the corner against a couple of Mountain Hawks. Pushed off the puck. But Shetsky fighting for it. Now it's Rudolph battling. The lefty giving everything he's got before Lehigh comes up with it. Berezniak advances it ahead to Long. Taken away by Buchetsky. Nice defense. Approaching 3 minutes to go here in the overtime session. 30 shots on goal for Temple. 34 for Lehigh. Buchetsky wheeling around. Buchetsky looking for an outlet. Rudolph heading over for it. It's knocked away by Carnish. And now Lehigh has the chance to slow things down. Each team able to get some fresh legs out there. Barrett and Ringwood onto the ice for Temple. Stonefield stays out for the Owls. It's Grant. Approaching 2.5 to go here in the overtime session. Grant just sends it to the corner. Ringwood was nearly the first there, and Barrett comes up with it. An interesting decision by Grant. Barrett back the other way. Barrett with the game on his stick. Backhand shot off the outside of the post. Couldn't get any lift on it. He had some defenders on his back, but he knocks down the pass. Barrett fires, and it's saved by Spire. Barrett giving it everything he's got in overtime. Into the corner. It'll drift all the way to Gannett. Gannett pokes it for Ringwood. Back to Gannett. Gannett fires, and it's saved by Spire. He had no clue where the puck was. Ringwood will slow things down. 1:46 to go in overtime. 2-2. Lehigh Temple, senior night for the Owls. Gannett slows it down, drops it off with some speed. It's Walker. Walker pulled off the puck. Sends one in front. Shot is saved by Spire. Well, he went all the way from left to right to stop Ringwood's tap in. Back the other way, a big collision in front of the net. The puck sits in the slot, lining and firing, and they score. Ferdinand Burkhart scores his second goal of the game, the overtime winner. A heartbreaking loss here at the Igloo for the Owls. They got ahead 2-1, an early game-tying goal in the third period. For Lehigh, knotted things up at 2. A tough break to end senior night, an overtime win for the Mountain Hawks. The Owls able to salvage 1 point by the game getting to overtime, but boy, they had 3 in the palm of their hands. Some rough bounces of the puck led to some missed opportunities. So Temple, as of today, sits 1 point behind Westchester in the standings. Westchester and Temple each have 1 game remaining. A tough finish here at the Igloo. It's a 3-2 Lehigh win. The goal scores for the Mountain Hawks, 2 from Ferdinand Burkhart, including the game winner in overtime, 1 from Ryan Mock. On the Owls side, goals from Brandon Barrett and Michael Irie, not enough as the Owls fall here at the Igloo. That's going to do it for us here at the TU Ice Network. We'll have the Owls' final game of the regular season right back here against Towson on February 26th, the final game of the regular season. For our entire crew, Olivia Benner, Chloe Gessing, Meg Doyle, Sam Massett, I'm Luke Mealy. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Have a good one.